1010-220 lets you call all over the world at amazing low rates. Dial 1010-220 and all calls within the U.S. and to Canada are only 99 cents for up to 20 minutes. Call Japan and it's just $1.99 for all calls up to 10 minutes and just 19 cents for each additional minute. Call Mexico and it's just $2.99 for all calls up to 10 minutes and only 34 cents for each minute after that. With 1010-220, you save all day, every day. Dial 1010-220 for great savings all over the world.
Now, your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
Major winter storm moving into the northeast, and if you have to drive or walk to make the commute to work in the morning, it could be a very messy time.
That's right.
Yeah, hello and welcome to Weather Center. I'm Paul Emick.
And I'm Kim Perez. Now this storm is bringing a wintry mix of rain and snow across the area. Here's what's happening. Here's the satellite shot, and already conditions improving in the Carolinas, but as you head farther north, it is still coming down. Right now it's raining in D.C. and it is snowing in Baltimore. So a very fine line between snow and rain tonight. That's why it's been a tough forecast for a lot of us here at the Weather Channel as well as National Weather Service offices. This is what we've had so far. We had, well, remember out in Kansas, that's where the storm started in the Rockies, and it came out into the plains, put down over a foot of snow, and then across the Ohio Valley this morning, Cincinnati, in a very short period of time, picked up, 4 to 6 inches of snow. And then it moved into Pennsylvania over a foot, and now parts of the Hudson Valley picking up 1 to 3 inches. As a matter of fact, in Pennsylvania, in Harrisburg, we broke a record for the day, 8.3 inches of snow, and it's still coming down there. So we could see several records breaking for March 14th here. Here's the scenario. We have our low that is tracking up the coast. Our secondary low that we anticipated is developing here, and it's going to move up the coast, and as it does, the winds are going to switch more towards the east. So some areas may get a quick changeover from snow to rain, like in New York City and Boston, but then once the low passes, we'll get more northerly winds in, and then we'll change back over to all snowfall there. Right now, though, in advance of it, it is snowing in New York City, it is snowing in Boston and Philadelphia. It has just now changed to rain, but we think it'll change back over to snow here later on tonight. This is it. New York, again, snowing around LaGuardia, out here on Long Island. Hartford, it's snow. Earlier snow in Pittsburgh, that is pretty much over with. And even in D.C., where again it was rainfall tonight, looks like things are quieting down a little bit for you. So right through here, this is where the rain-snow line is. Here to the north, it's snow. Philadelphia, southward, it is rainfall. So I think in New York, you may change over to rainfall quickly and then maybe back to snowfall later on. Let's take you to Westchester, Pennsylvania, where it was a snow day. Look at the size of these flakes, huge wet flakes. And as you could tell on the roadways, the temperature is probably a little bit above freezing, so it really wasn't accumulating on the roads. But some beautiful sights here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Looks like moderate to heavy snow fell in the area. Some pretty scenes, but you know what? The commute may be a little slick tomorrow as the wet roadways freeze up tonight as temperatures may drop below freezing. A closer shot here in the New York City. Snowing right now in Manhattan. Tomorrow morning it's probably going to be snowing too, and tomorrow afternoon. So be prepared for amounts, maybe 4 inches or so around the city. The north and western suburbs picking up the most, maybe close to a foot of snow in some cases. And then it's going to move into Boston. By tomorrow morning, 1 to 3 inches will be on the ground, and then more after this time period. The warm front just off the coast, again, winds more out of the east. And as this front does approach, we'll see some warmer air coming into the coastal areas. That's why we think that there may be a quick switch over to rainfall. But then once the low passes, it'll switch back over to snow. Boston 33 right now, New York at 33, Philadelphia at 33 again. Snowing in Philadelphia at 33 degrees. And in New York, it's snowing. Or Philadelphia is raining at 33. And New York, it's snowing at 33. So real touchy forecast out there tonight. But overall conditions warrant winter weather advisories in many cases, as well as winter storm warnings. So please take heed. If you have to travel tonight, please be careful on the roadways. If you don't have to go out, probably stay in, let the road crews get out there and do their thing. So this is the storm. We'll be talking about this in detail throughout the night tonight, and we'll have live reports starting early in the morning, so make sure you tune in for that. But now, for the rest of the country, let's turn it over to Paul.
Okay, Kim, let's have a look at lots of the happenings, including in the western U.S. We have more rain coming back. Bay Area, we have it now, and we'll see a little more into the morning hours. Elsewhere in the northeast, here's our snow, but we do, in fact, have more rain concerns and even a little snow falling into parts of Tennessee worth having a look at. As far as the chance of some more strong storms tonight, we could see that in parts of the Carolinas. Pretty much quiet except for a few rumbles of thunder still toward the Outer Banks. A little bit wet elsewhere, Carolinas, and also parts of Tennessee. Further south, pretty wet and stormy day for Tampa. What an incredibly stormy day we saw. You can have a look at this, too. Throughout the mid-afternoon, the rain came down fairly heavy at times. More than about a half of an inch of rain fell, and at times wind gusts around 30 miles an hour. Things have calmed down. Many places reporting some 50-mile-an-hour gusts at times. But in Tampa, that is not the case tonight. It is a much, much quieter situation. Toward Miami, things are getting quieter tonight as our system kicks off shore. Front is on the move. Showers and storms out ahead of it. We'll clear things out a bit. Might still see just the chance of some wet weather for Miami in the morning. Just briefly, looks like things are clearing out pretty fast, and we'll actually see a pretty good day. As far as additional amounts of precipitation, maybe a tenth of an inch in parts of South Florida. But right there in the Carolinas and on around Norfolk, we could pick up easily, potentially an inch or even more. In portions of Tennessee, it's not the rain, it's the snow. Around Nashville, we got snowfall now. Maybe driving 65 or driving through downtown there around 2nd Street, 2nd Avenue rather. You might be dealing with snowfall tonight. Also, around Chattanooga, you've seen a little rain mixed in, but expect some snow. And toward Gatlinburg and Knoxville, expect snowfall too.
Like we do.